So, as mentioned in my previous video, I'm now going to get into quite a few. I've got like a bit of a stack of notes that I've had to make because I'm busy starting. Well, first of all, I was busy trying to get an employer in the industrial industries, if I can call it. So, the other side of work than the white collar jobs and the construction industry, right? Yet again, is a reoccurring theme that I can't possibly, uh, make any occurring theme that I can't possibly, uh, make any sense of why I'm being denied, to work in the industry, other than these traffic light systems that they put in place, and coupled with corruption fueled by the personality disordered individuals that are in control of it. Other than that, I can't possibly get my hands on just the reoccurring theme of every place that I've gone and rented. When I've gone to look for places to rent, it's just been absolutely impossible to get a place that's got a small garage, a single garage, so that I can do work. Um, so yeah, I've been forced to, do services on my car, on other people's cars, out in the open, under the open sky. And there's been worse times than that as well. But this specific video, some of these things. So we'll get into cunning, right? So cunning is a specific trait. If you are to perform on that publicly and so on the face of it, I'm sure you will cop some sort of charge, and it's not socially acceptable. But somehow it is being made socially acceptable again, right? So it might have been socially acceptable back in the days of the pirates, and I'm talking the lawful pirates, right? The pirates that were commissioned by kings and queens, right? Which were basically like some sort of undercover agents, you could say, or undercover army, something like that. It sure isn't that, right? And I'm sure the likes of people that play a lot of games online and stuff like that get get into this because some of the games actually have cunning as a skill on there, right? And many other things like this, thievery, intimidation, so on and so forth, right? So it's very, if you're not aware, right, if you don't have the ability to conceptualize, right, then you take these things, and I'm sure that the people at the precinct, yeah, the police and so on and so forth, when they're doing their surveillance, don't have the ability to conceptualize. If I'm sitting watching a particular video, if I'm listening to particular music, then they automatically do the mother of all, we know what, presumption and assumption, because of their lack of ability to conceptualize that I will act on such and such, right? And then they come and perform corruptly and continuously harm myself and others and use us as, uh, you know, um, human, perform human trafficking, basically. So, did collective socially acceptable behavior change cycles? Yeah, so this is about psychology. So in terms of the cunning of people, of organizations, so on and so forth, and because of the internet, because of, in particular, because of surveillance, because if we still had the internet as it is today, but if you wouldn't also have a layer of surveillance, right? Like, I think you're probably going. I don't know how the intelligence officers keep it together, because like having a look at what people are doing online on social media normally, and then if they've got access to what the public surveillance and so on and so forth, people are, and the interaction between the two, it probably drives you insane. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, so did some of these uh, cunning tactics and behaviors, you know, uh, anyway, so did some of these uh, cunning tactics and behaviors, you know, become socially acceptable in the cycles, right? Because there is cycles, right? So what was socially acceptable 5 years ago, it has changed to what it is now. But they are changing these cycles, that they are accelerating exponentially, so that the long-term reliable social and medical professionals, such as psychologists, psychology professors, psychiatry medics, the DSM, so on and so forth, fails to meet keeping up with the necessary standards, such as the DSM, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders. Yeah, so this is another reason, and to make it worse, um, they're not approaching the matters mildly and cautiously and so on and so forth. They're approaching these matters aggressively, viciously, with using staff that they wouldn't even pass the DSM themselves, but then they go on to thinking that they can do something productive or correct onto others. So this is something very serious. This is something highly serious, and then using the likes of this is what drives a lot of people insane here in New Zealand, because they run all manner of surveillance, and there's all manner of informants, and then that information is being used incorrectly, and then they use different organizations that have nothing to do altogether, such as so you got say, for example, the medical, the Ministry of Health, right? That should perform on these things, but then they go on and get the construction industry to perform on that. How are they trained? How are they? What are they? Therapists? Or they get and I've caught them out. They even get their patients, their own patients. The insane are running the asylum. So and they've made it socially acceptable. So that is a problem. And now I'll end it on something that maybe has a bit more of a funny side to it. So there was this reoccurring theme a while back. It goes to show it's now the 14th of October. It goes to show how much behind I am with my videos and with a lot of things, because I am constantly busy with what I've described in my previous video. I never get a chance, even when supposedly I was to get a bit of a break and it was my birthday and I had my family come over and visit me. All of that was just absolutely destroyed. They were, brainwashed and fed a whole bunch of crap, as well as myself, right? I mean, it's like some people can't see the damage that they're getting, right? If it wouldn't be psychological and if it would be physical, right? At least you'd be able to see the punches. At least you'd be able to see the bruises. Oh, I'm bruised. When they do it psychologically, is a lot more different. I'm lucky. I kind of feel as if it'd be like a bar, right? As if you got a bar like in GTA or in games, where it shows, I don't know, your physical health, your mental health, whatever your mental state, so on. I can feel my mental state, and I know when to pull back and walk away, and certain things to get myself back into a normal range, should we say. Anyway, so there was a while back, about 2-3 months ago, they kept going on about how ladies, how the girls, that they prefer the bear over man, right? Okay, so I found thinking from like information collection and you know this sort of stuff perspective. When it comes to memes with beers as it be, there's an old one which goes, does the beer shit in the woods, so I think the ladies missed the irony, and I reckon the likes of intelligence agencies and people that have a little bit more going on up here uh, were hard out laughing behind closed doors. And how they don't get these things. A lot of the stuff is put out there to entertain the people that are more intelligent, but it is still a dark theme where so many people are used so much. So the level of codependency is absolutely outrageous, and there has to be some sort of a um, borderline personality disorder involved as well, because the likes of these ladies, they'll go and perform codependently, submissively. They'll go and perform on this like someone that is a codependent, which is the opposite of malignant narcissist. But then when if a man was to approach them and to try to talk to them, they would perform very malignantly narcissistic, maybe psychopathic, sociopathic, so on and so forth. So that has to be a borderline personality disorder involved in that. So I think I'll end this video here. And we'll keep going because I've got quite a few of these. Cheers till next time.